Welcome to our lecture online. If we take a look at this example and you want to strategize a little bit about how to solve that, you begin to realize that if I multiply the top equation by 2, and that means both sides, the left side and the right side by 2, this will become a positive 1x, and this is a negative 1x. And then if we add the two equations together, x is eliminated. But if I do that, I still end up with a fraction over here. Don't like to work with fractions, so it might be better to first get rid of the fractions and then see what we end up with. So to do that, we need to multiply both sides of the equation by the lowest common denominator. So in this case, we're going to multiply the left and the right side by the number 6. 2 times 3 is 6. So the lowest common denominator on the left side is 6. We'll multiply both sides of the equation by 6 to get rid of those fractions. And then we'll see what method we may want to use. So here we can see that 6 divided by 2 is 3, so that gives us 3x, plus 3 goes into 6 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4, so we get 4y is equal to 1 times 6, which is 6. Now we'll recopy the bottom equation, minus x plus y equal 0. Supposed to be 0? 0, 0? Yes, supposed to be 0, okay? All right, I want to make sure I didn't copy the right number there. Okay. So now I need to look for a good method. Now when I take a look at this, I can say, aha, if I multiply the bottom equation by positive 3, I get a negative 3x here, I get a plus 3x there, then I can eliminate x's and I don't have fractions. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the bottom equation now, multiply this by 3, and multiply the right side by 3. Remember, whatever I do to the left side, I need to do to the right side. Of course, since the right side is 0, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so this gives me, and again, notice I'm going to copy both equations down, and that's the trick to not getting confused. So 3x plus 4y equals 6, and at the bottom I get minus 3x plus 3y is equal to 0. And now I can add both equations together. So when I add these together, I get 0 plus 7y equals 6, or 7y is equal to 6. If I drop the 0, divide both sides by 7, and I get y equals 6 over 7. So there we go. We found our first variable. Now, how do I find my second variable? I do that by plugging this into one of the two equations. And of course, I always try to pick the easiest of the two equations. So let's come up here, and we write minus x plus y equals 0. Notice how I just repeat writing the equations over again to make it easier to solve this. Now we're going to plug y equals 6, 7 in there instead of y. So minus x plus 6 over 7 equals 0. Move that to the other side. I get minus x equals minus 6 over 7. And now I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 1. So x equals 6 over 7. So there's my x value. There's my y value. Oh, look at that. They're both equal to one another. Well, that makes sense, because if I look at this, if I move the x to the other side, I say that x equals y. And of course, if y equals 6 over 7, then x must be 6 over 7. So it looks like that's probably correct. But just to make sure, I'm going to do a check. How do I check? I take these two and plug them back into my original equation. So I have 1/2 x plus 2/3 y is equal to 1. Or, if you don't like doing that, I could have picked this equation instead, because that way the fraction's already gone. So maybe I don't want to take that equation. I may want to take this equation instead. So we have 3x plus 4y is equal to 6. Now I'm going to plug in the values for x and y. So 3 times x is 6 over 7, plus 4 times y, which is 6 over 7. Is that equal to 6? Question mark. So we're checking, we're not sure. So here we get 18 over 7 plus 24 over 7. Is that equal to question mark 6? Then let's come over here. Again, I'm going to recopy the problem to minimize making a mistake. 18 over 7 plus 24 over 7. Is that equal to question mark 6? So 18 plus 24, because after all, they have the same denominator, that's 42. So I get 42 over 7. Is that equal to 6? And of course, 7 goes into 42 6 times. 6 equals 6. So this is correct. That means those two values are correct as well. And that is therefore the solution to that linear system of equations. That is how it's done. And I used the correct method this time. I need something to drink.